We have new tag team champions.
JRW live. Hit the aisle, stack the card, chase that rare one, play it smart. Bobby Joe right by his side. JRW live ride. JRW live. Let's go. Toy hunting shows on the road. Figure reviews, bold predictions too. WW week breaking it through. JRW live.
What's a JRW, the weekly set review of Monday Night Raw? They kicked off the show with the WWE Champion Cody Rhodes coming out and pretty much asked the crowd, what do you want to talk about? And then was interrupted by Stephanie McMahon, which was not on my bingo card. I was not expecting that. Stephanie comes down to the ring and Cody's like, all right, Stephanie, what do you want to talk about? And Stephanie starts talking about how Cody doesn't understand what he's dealing with this Randy Orton. He's not taking it serious and all this stuff. Talking about how his dad knew how to adapt to the opponent, and Cody's not shown that. He's been like the golden boy that won't just like do what he needs to do to take care of his opponent, and pretty much saying how he's nothing like his dad. And Stephanie's like, well, you talk about how you're a McMahon and everything, but you seem to be nothing like your dad as well. And then Stephanie McMahon slaps the shit out of Cody Rhodes. And Cody kind of just stands there, takes it, and then Stephanie goes to walk away. Cody grabs her by the hand, turns her around, looks at her, and he goes, Stephanie, I got 2 words for you. Of course, the crowd goes, suck it. But Cody says, thank you. And then they booed it. They did not like he said thank you. And then they end it like that. So I don't know where this is going. Maybe the person on the phone with Randy Orton is Vince McMahon. Maybe. I doubt it, but who knows? But then the Usos defended their tag titles against The Vision. But before that, Danhausen last week cursed I Show Speed. I Show Speed was there again. And he was like, Danhausen, how did I get this curse off me? Ever since then, I've been missing flights. My life's been terrible. And he's like, you got to give me your YouTube channel, this much $1 million and everything. He's like, I can't do that. But I Show Speed was front row for this match. LA Knight was on commentary. And then LA Knight was fighting The Vision while the ref wasn't paying attention during this tag match. This tag match was chaos. I Show Speed was right by them. He gets pulled out because he was stalking to The Vision. He gets pulled out to the barricade by The Vision because they were holding on to him when the LA Knight attacked him. He gets stuck in the middle of all this. They dropped Logan had a brass knuckles. He went to hit LA Knight, drops it. I Show Speed picks it up, and LA Knight comes from behind it. I Show Speed turns around and punches LA Knight with the brass knuckles, pretty much just reacting like a self-defense. So once again, the curse is haunting I Show Speed. LA Knight's taken out. It looked like the Usos were about to win the match, but they're distracted. Jimmy Uso goes to hit the ropes to hit a move on Austin Theory, and he gets hit by the brass knuckles by Logan Paul. Jey Uso is taken out, and then Austin Theory's dead in the ring, but he rolls onto Jimmy Uso. 1, 2, 3, and we have new tag team champions. I Show Speed celebrates with The Vision, but he's like trying to like process what just happened. They go backstage. They're like, we'll protect you. The Usos are going to definitely be gunning for you because since you're kind of like the reason why they lost the tag titles, but we're the new tag team champions. Paul Heyman's like, the Vision will protect you. We'll take care of you. Once they left, Paul Heyman's like, he's so screwed. The Usos are going to kill him. So it looks like I Show Speed's getting pulled into all this Vision stuff. I have a theory. Since LA Knight doesn't have a match at Mania, it's going to be the Usos, LA Knight versus I Show Speed, and The Vision. I just got a feeling that's going to be a 6-man tag match. That screams WrestleMania, and I feel like I Show Speed, since he did that YouTube video for his YouTube channel of him training to be a WWE superstar, I feel like he's going to wrestle at Mania. Then the Beast, Brock Lesnar, was ready to fight. He comes out to the ring in ring gear. Paul Heyman talked about why both weeks Brock Lesnar got beat up by Femi. The first week he was distracted by Seth Rollins. Second week he was not in fighting gear, so now he is. And Brock Lesnar grabs the mic from Paul Heyman because enough. Femi, get your ass out here. And then Adam Pearce comes down. He comes down to the ring with all his security and everything, like typical. But then Femi's music hits, and the crowd's chanting, Oba. And Femi absolutely murders the security guards. He launched one guy so freaking far, it was insane. And then he took out Adam Pearce too. And then he worked his way to the ring. And finally, Brock Lesnar and Femi went face to face. The crowd's chanting, holy shit. And then Triple H slides in the ring. We rarely see Triple H on TV, but Triple H breaks up this. It's just showing how big of a match this is. Femi, Brock Lesnar going face to face, and Triple H, literally the leader of WWE, is breaking up the fight. Brock Lesnar gets out of the ring. He grabs the steel stair. He's throwing it. He's pissed. And then he beats up another security guy. Brock Lesnar's just pissed, man. This match at WrestleMania 42 is going to be absolutely insane. I cannot wait for this match. Liv Morgan came down in the ring talking about how she's the greatest Royal Rumble winner and said something in Spanish about Stephanie Vaquer's mother. And Stephanie Vaquer came down to the ring absolutely pissed, beating the holy hell out of Liv Morgan. And then a returning Roxanne Perez. We haven't seen her in a little bit because she got injured, I'm pretty sure, about a month or two ago. And then she takes out Stephanie Vaquer, and the two of them jump her, beating her up. And Liv Morgan stands tall over Stephanie Vaquer once again. Liv Morgan's got the number game on Stephanie Vaquer big time, so her odds are looking pretty good for WrestleMania 42 against Stephanie Vaquer for that women's world title. Finn Balor had a promo talking about what the Judgment Day originally meant to him and everything. And he was like, it was like a family to him, but then he was like, Dirty Dom, you showed what you truly do to family. You turned your back on your own father. He goes, you're a cancer pretty much. He pretty much talked about how he's a cancer of the Judgment Day. But now they've made it official. It's going to be Finn Balor versus Dirty Dom at WrestleMania 42 going one-on-one. I really hope Finn Balor gets the dub, and hopefully we'll see the Demon Finn Balor. John Cena is returning, but he's not returning as a wrestler. He is returning to host WrestleMania 42, so John Cena will be the host of both nights of WrestleMania 42. Since he's already filming a movie in Las Vegas, he will be there, and he'll be the host. Absolutely awesome. The sad part is we won't see him in an outfit like this. We're going to have to see him in a suit because John Cena said once he retired, you'll never see him in the jorts and t-shirts anymore. Then the women's tag team champions Nia Jax and Lash Legends defended the tag titles against Bayley and Lila Valkyria. The Bella Twins came out during this match saying they were Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. The Bella Twins got taken out by Lash Legend, but they didn't disqualify the match yet. But then Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss jumped in the match and made the disqualification. And then all these women brawled all over the place. And all the three women's tag teams besides the tag champs stood tall. So Bayley, Lila Valkyria, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and the Bella Twins stood tall over the tag champions. And then they announced it's going to be a 4 women's tag team match. The Bella Twins, Bayley, Lila Valkyria, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and the women's tag team champions Nia Jax and Lash Legend fighting at WrestleMania 42 for the women's tag team championships. I feel like this match is going to be like kind of like a chaos match and everything. It's going to be like a cluster. But I got a feeling the Bella Twins are going to win this match. Just got a feeling that they're going to walk out as tag team champions and they're going to have a run before they retire officially, because I feel like at least Nikki Bella's on another, got like a year or two left in her. I don't feel like Bree's got much longer, so I feel like they're going to give them the tag titles before Bree's done. Then Penta and Kofi Kingston put on one hell of a banger of a match. Both are fantastic wrestlers, but they put on a banger for the Intercontinental Championship. But Penta ended up retaining his Intercontinental Championship, of course. But great match between Kofi Kingston and Penta. Penta hit that Penta Destroyer onto Kofi Kingston, hitting the 1, 2, 3. Penta will be defending the Intercontinental Championship at a AAA show, an open challenge, which is kind of cool. It'll be the first ever time the Intercontinental title will be defended in AAA. But after the match, he announced he'll be defending his Intercontinental Championship. Will be raising high above the ring just like this. It's going to be a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. They announced that they've been doing qualifying matches already on main event for this match. So it's Javon Evans, Rusev, JD McDonough, and Dragon Lee and Penta. So there's 5 people. I feel like they're going to add another person because usually they do 6-man, but maybe they'll just do a 5-man. But I just got a feeling they're going to add a 6th person because there usually is a 6th person. But looking at that lineup, I feel like this is a clean retaining match for Penta unless they put the title on Javon. But I feel like Penta might actually retain this ladder match. But I'm so excited. I can't remember the last time they had a mid-card title. I have a ladder match at Mania. That's going to be absolutely awesome. Paul Heyman comes down to the ring and talks about Brock Lesnar, talks about how Seth Rollins is handled, the division, everything's on top right now. They're going to handle over, and then Adam Pearce comes out again. He's like, Paul Heyman, have you checked your emails? I've already talked to you about it earlier in the show. And Paul Heyman's like, I'm busy with all these other people. You think I check my emails? I don't need to. I already know everything. I can predict the future. Well, he goes, then I guess you know the police, Boston, I think it was Boston police, dropped all charges on Seth freaking Rollins. And then Seth Rollins' music hits. He shows up behind Paul Heyman in a trench coat and with a steel chair and hits Paul Heyman once again in the back with a steel chair. Sets up like he's going to hit a curve stomp on Paul Heyman into the chair when he's dragged out of the ring from behind of a returning ring general, Gunther. Gunther puts Seth Rollins in a sleeper hold over the announce table and puts Seth Rollins to sleep and then points to the WrestleMania 42 sign. So I guess we're getting Gunther versus Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania. I feel like it's a little random, but my opinion, I feel like this might be one of the best ways they could get away from that stupid career killer nickname of Gunther. So you could maybe have him like a high hired for like kill type character type thing like that, they can hire him if he wants, like, whoever you got problems with, you'll hire him to take him out, because he's just like a beast of a wrestler. And I feel like Seth Rollins and Gunther could put in an absolute banger of a match at WrestleMania. Both are fantastic wrestlers, so I'm like, this should be a good match. And then Io Sky went one-on-one with Raquel Rodriguez, which then the Kabushi Warriors got involved. Asuka wanted Kairi Sane to take out Io Sky. Io Sky was didn't do anything to Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane didn't do anything to Io Sky. These two were bickering on that side of the ring, and Io Sky dove out of the ring to take out Asuka. She got back in the ring. She was distracted by all this, and Raquel Rodriguez defeats Io Sky. And I guess, I don't know where this is going. Maybe Io Sky fights Asuka at WrestleMania. I don't know. I feel like the storyline has been so boring of the Asuka's controlling Kairi Sane, and then Io Sky's trying to help her. I just feel like it's a dumb storyline. But then it was main event time. Roman Reigns comes down to the ring and tells, because they were Madison Square Garden, he says, "New York, acknowledge me." And then CM Punk's music hits. CM Punk comes down the ring, and he looks like he was ready to fight. His hands were taped up and everything. He comes down the ring. Punk and Roman are swinging. They're beating the holy hell out of each other. Here comes security. They're trying to break it up. But CM Punk eventually gets his hands on Roman Reigns, hits him with the GTS, and that wasn't enough for Punk. They broke him up, but Punk goes back to after Roman and returns, gives Roman a receipt of what he did to him last week, and puts Roman from a powerbomb through the announce table, just like how Roman did that to CM Punk last week. This build-up for this match has been pretty good, but I gotta say, I am way more hyped for the Cody and Randy Orton match, and I'm more hyped for this Brock Lesnar match than the world title match of Punk and Roman. I know you might disagree with me, but I'd rather see Oba and Brock main event than Roman and Punk. I'd rather see Cody and Randy be night 2, and then have Oba and Brock be night 1, man. I mean, like, this is a massive match. I know this is too, but I don't know. I'm not feeling Roman versus Punk right now. But overall, this Monday Night Raw was a banger. This felt like a Raw to build up to WrestleMania. I feel like this build to WrestleMania has been fantastic. I'm like, it's been a little slow to start, but it's starting to get going, man. It's feeling way better than last year's. And also, the matches right now, it's looking stacked for WrestleMania. I'm like, this WrestleMania potentially could be a very good WrestleMania. We just need to make sure WWE doesn't fumble. But there you go. That was the weekly side review of Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys for watching. This is JW Live. Make sure to go check out my TikTok, which is all lowercase, JW_live. Also, check out my Instagram, which is all lowercase, JW Live. No spaces. Highly appreciate that. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to this YouTube channel, because we post every single day on this YouTube channel awesome wrestling figure content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.